Looks like we are going live. It is preparing our live stream for us, and we'll give it a few moments to buffer and join the room. Okay, I think we are ready. So hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited to bring you another edition of Faces of First Year. And if this is your first time watching one of these videos, the whole purpose of this series is to introduce students to resources and the faces behind them, especially those resources which matter to you as a first year student at Pima Community College. So today we are going to be talking about the Early Book Purchase Program, which you may also hear us refer to as EBPP as an acronym. But we're going to just go ahead and dive right on in. And if you are joining us live and watching this, please feel free to ask any questions through the chat. If you are watching this in recording, you can still comment on this video and we will make sure to answer and address your questions. So I am Renee Forsyth. I lead the first year experience program for Pima Community College, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I am so excited to introduce you to our subject matter expert for today. Carla, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, Renee. I'm excited to be here. My name is Carla Gonzalez. I'm the Assistant Director of Financial Aid and Scholarships, specifically for scholarships and outreach. And my pronouns are she, her, and hers.
Thank you. Now, in regards to the early book purchase program, I know financial aid at Pima is a large department with several different divisions and subcategories. So specifically with the early book purchase program, is there any other financial aid staff who students will be working with that they should know about?
Absolutely. I want to just mention or a shout out for our financial aid campus operations team. They are really the point of contact for early book purchase program questions. They will make sure to let you know if there's any issues happening with your EBPP or can troubleshoot with you and help you out. So definitely our financial aid campus operations team.
Great, thank you. All right, so to get things started, I always like to kind of do a fun question, if you will, to set the mood, but also kind of give a fun, creative idea about the resource that we're discussing about. So, in regards to the early book purchase program, if you were to describe it as if it were, I don't know, let's say a car or any sort of like means of transportation, vehicle, if you will, what would it be and why?
Wow, what an interesting question. So
Like to get
I
things
would
started weird, yeah.
I would say that the early book purchase program, or EBPP, is like a quad because
Ooh,
it's fun and it's not your main vehicle, however, or means of transportation. However, it does give you an opportunity to get the resources that you need. So early book purchase program allows you to get your books for college or for your classes. So in order to be successful, you have to make sure you have the proper supplies for your classes. So I would say it's fun and it'll help you just get through the hard times in your classes. And so that's why I chose quad.
just kick it in a four-wheel drive and get on into those classes. I like it. Get those books. All right, great. Well, thank you for that. So I think now would be a great time to kind of explain what the early book purchase program is. Can you explain it in a little bit more detail?
Absolutely. So the early book purchase program, also known as EBPP. So if you talk to any financial aid advisor, you'll probably hear EBPP, and that's what we mean, early book purchase program. And what it is, it allows, it's a benefit that if you have financial aid, whether it be a Pell Grant, student loans, or veteran benefits, you have the ability to use these funds in advance of you getting your financial aid funding to purchase books at our full lit bookstore. So it's an opportunity for students to be able to buy their books, supplies, anything they need for their courses, and not have to pay out of pocket.
Which is nice because I know sometimes there's a stigma of I can't afford my books right now, but my funds haven't yet dispersed. So students feel caught at this crossroads, if you will. And so this is a really nice option for them to, like you said, be able to advance those funds and not have to front the money.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the intent of the early book purchase program.
Awesome. And I know you briefly mentioned it, but I just want to clarify or reiterate. So, with this specific program at Pima, are students able to purchase the books anywhere, or is it only at Pima's bookstore?
Through the early book purchase program, because the funds haven't been sent to the student yet, right? The college still has those funds. Students are only able to use it through our Full bookstore. They can use it online, through the Full online um, bookstore. However, it is not available for any other store.
So, it's kind of like Pima credit, if you will, specifically for
Exactly.
Pima. Yep, got it.
Exactly.
Great, thank you. So, when it comes to this program, when is an ideal time for students to take advantage of it and to start using it?
I do want to mention and clarify it is a limited time. So it's not available throughout the entire academic year. It is available each semester, and it's going to become available to eligible students 10 days before the start of the semester, and it will end a day before the financial aid is dispersed to the student. So when your financial aid pays out, that's the day before. That's when the eligibility for the book purchase program ends. And what I mean by being eligible for early book purchase program is that you have completed all of your financial aid requirements. So you have nothing outstanding with respect to financial aid, and you can see an offer on your MyPima.
All of those red flags have been turned into green check marks.
Exactly.
Got it. Noted. Well, thank you for that clarification. So, when it comes to accessing this, how do students, learn more about it? Is there a web page, and how do they even sign up for the early book purchase program? Where do they
Ab-
go?
Absolutely. So if you if you may, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. And I want to show, you'll probably see the My Pima website.
Yes.
And so if you navigate through here and type EBPP in here, just for short, or you could type Early Book Purchase Program. I'm just going to type in the acronym and click on Student Financial Aid Handbook. You can find all kinds of information regarding financial aid and scholarships within this handbook. But if you do a find, it will provide information to you about how exactly does the early book purchase program work. And so, like I mentioned, it's always going to be available to you 10 days prior to the start of the semester. And now, if your classes are late start, I do want to mention that it's going to be 10 days prior to the start of your first class. So not the start of the semester, but the day that you start your first class. And so one of the things is this is an online option for you. And so you do have to opt in and accept and understand that you are authorizing Pima Community College to pay the bookstore for your books. Okay, and so that's why you have to opt into the program. And you do so by logging into your My Pima account. So just really quickly, sorry.
No, please.
So really quickly, you're going to want to log into your MyPima. So go to Pima. The fastest way to do it, or the way that I get to it, is pima.edu. And then there's the MyPima option up here. So when you click on that, it will take you to your MyPima. You'll have to log in using your username and password. Once you're here, you're going to go to Students, Financial Aid, and Financial Aid again. And if you scroll down to your requirements section, you'll see this as an option. So I do want to mention you don't have to use it, but it is a great resource. If you have it, go ahead and take advantage of it. So when you click on it, you'll see that mine is red. That means I haven't opted in. So you'll click on the link. It will ask you to log back in, or at least it did at this time. And when you see your requirements in your financial aid information, it's going to be under uh, requirements here, early book purchase program. You'll see the information about it. So it'll reiterate how it works and how much money you can get. Currently it's $75 per credit hour, or a maximum of $750, depending on what your financial aid eligibility is. So to opt in, you'll click on this link, and then if you accept the conditions, you'll just answer yes and submit your information here. And once you do that, then you'll become eligible for the early book purchase program. You'll also, you'll also be notified through a message in your My Pima that indicates that you're ready to use it. So you'll get a confirmation message that indicates it's been activated, and 2, you'll get another reminder when your early book purchase program is available to use, which is 10 days before the start of the semester.
Awesome. Thank you for that demonstration. That was really helpful. If students have questions, isn't there a chat box that they can use? How do they access that, and when is it available?
Yes, thank you for bringing that out. So if you have general questions about your financial aid, just general, not just want to find out like, where is it again? Where do I find my early book purchase program information? If you search financial aid, and you see this bubble on the side, it says questions, ask Aztec. You can click on here, and it does speak Spanish, so you can ask the question in Spanish if you prefer. But let's see, what is EBPP? And, oops, sorry.
You're okay.
Okay, so it will give you information about where to find early book purchase program. And it can tell you questions like how can I reset my password, all of those things. So it does give you some additional resources for you. Not only does it work for EBPP, but it also works for multiple types of questions that you may have about financial aid and or scholarships.
Awesome. So if for some reason, let's say it's 2 a.m. in the morning, the first resource is Ask Aztec. Got it. But maybe they weren't able to find the answers through this tool. What's a good email for them to reach out and contact an advisor from financial aid?
Absolutely. You can always contact us at fahelp@pima.edu. There's a couple of ways to get to us. If you're in your My Pima, you can contact us through there. However, on our website, if you also just on the financial aid site, there's a contact us option, and you can call us. One of our financial aid advisors will answer the phone for you, so you're not calling a third party company is answering your questions. You're actually talking to our team. And here's the email, so you can submit your request via the email option.
Great. So that's fahelp@pima.edu. And I did also copy that into the chat so that folks can have that access and information there as well. And when we re-enter and return to campuses, these financial aid advisors are available at every campus in each student services center. You're welcome to visit and work with them at any campus based on what works best for you and your location. And they can all access your file and help answer your questions related to this program. I do want to also mention, you saw in the chat box, and you heard us mention a little bit earlier that there is also a veterans portion related to the early book purchase program. And so I have also copied those links in the chat, and we'll make sure that they also get added into the summary for this video. But if you were to go back to that search toolbar and type in early book purchase program, you'll see on the screen here that there is a page dedicated to information about this. It operates similarly. It's just going to, instead of be related to your financial aid eligibility regarding FAFSA and those government funds, this is going to be related to any benefits that you have earned as a veteran, those GI Bill, TA assistance, things along those lines. So it's really best to work with a veterans advisor to learn more about how to use their version of the early book purchase program. But the concept is the same. It's our way of trying to make sure that you don't have to front the money while you wait for your financial benefits to disperse to your account. If you have additional questions, there's that contact us link where you can find the ways to contact them. And again, in general, their email is veterans@pima.edu. All right, so Carla, thank you so much for sharing your screen. I appreciate that. But I want to ask you, why do you think that first-year students should tell their friends about the early book purchase program?
Definitely. I think when I think about something good, like a good deal, and I want to tell everybody that I know, that I like, right? My friends. I want everybody to take advantage. And so I think as a student, and if you can take advantage of this opportunity, not have to front your own funds to pay for supplies and say a calculator or that textbook and lab and all the required supplies that you need for your class, and you know that you can use your financial aid in advance of that, I would tell my friends about it. And so I think the best way to share the information is by letting your friends know what a great benefit this is.
It's so true. Whenever I buy anything on sale, I am sharing that coupon code with everybody I know because I'm excited about it. So I think that that's a great point. Thank you. And the early book purchase program is a great way to stretch your financial aid benefits or your veterans benefits. Again, like what Carla was mentioning, you do have to qualify and be eligible for either of those two benefits, but there are other ways to help fund your tuition costs at Pima, including scholarships. And so, Carla, since you also help lead the scholarships at Pima, please tell us a little bit more about that. Give it a shout out.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, I'll share my screen again. I think this will help. So we do have scholarships are available year-round at Pima Community College. We have a single source where students can apply for scholarships for both internal, meaning PCC scholarships, PCC Foundation scholarships, and external scholarships. So you don't have to spend all that time anymore trying to research to find out, is this a legit organization? Should I provide my contact information? All of that. I know it's busy. And so what we've tried to do this past year is make it easier for you and accessible. So with that said, if you go to the mypima.edu site, there's a couple ways you can get there. You can go to paying for college and click on scholarships, or you can type scholarships in the search engine. So if you click on that, here's where you can access our Scholarship Universe scholarship application system. But I do want to show you really quick, if you are currently attending the spring semester of 2021, we do have scholarships that are currently available. And so one of the most difficult things in scholarships is having funds available that are not being used. It's really difficult. And I know students need funds. And so I want to make sure that if you're watching this video, that you have an opportunity to apply for funds even for this semester, and in addition to funds for next academic year too. So in preparation of next year, but also right now. And the deadline is fast approaching. It's April 1st, 2021. So I did want to share that.
Still a few weekends to work on those scholarships and get that in before the deadline. So thank you so much for sharing that, Carla. And just like what we were saying, when there's a good deal, tell those you know. And so whether it's the early book purchase program or scholarships, there's a lot of ways to help fund your education at Pima. And we hope that today's interview was a way to help learn a little bit more about those options. Please do not hesitate to reach out and contact myself, financial aid, the Veterans Department, or scholarships with any questions that you might have regarding anything that we discussed in today's video. But otherwise, I want to thank Carla for your time today, and just let you all know that we wish you a fabulous rest of the spring semester. Keep striving, and we look forward to seeing you next time when we host
Thank,
another Faces of First Year.
thank you, Renee. Thank you.